Aaron Tidge talked about this a little bit, but how are you feeling and how is the team feeling after a big loss like this?
That one hurts. I think, everybody from my teammates, coaching staff, organization, we really wanted that one. So.
You've played in the finals before, and Rick talked about this experience for the team. How do you take that frustration as a group and use it as positive experience going forward, if at all?
This whole experience was, a positive experience for us. It was a playoff experience for a young team who a lot of guys have never experienced the atmosphere of, what a playoff game feels like. And ever since the Boston game to the Milwaukee game to this game today, the atmosphere was electric. The games were intense. The little plays mattered. And, like those offensive rebounds we gave up to Davis, those culminated and allowed us to lose the game.
Right side, second row, Scott.
What do you think this tournament helped reveal about you guys, and maybe both in a positive light and also kind of, all right, we got to improve on that?
Our potential. Like, when we buckle down and really pay attention to the defensive side of the ball, like, teams cannot keep up with us for 48 minutes offensively. So I think it really showed us how important it is for us to really lock in on the defensive side of the ball for a full 48 minutes and how good we can be when we come together and believe in each other.
Dustin, front row right, good.
And we've always talked a lot about you just relishing tough defensive assignments, especially when you got to go up against somebody physical. Just what was it like taking on LeBron? Looks like you were trying to, take the contact to him as much as you could. What was the challenge like? How do you feel like you did? Where do you feel like he got you? And just what was this? How do you kind of evaluate the whole of that?
No, it was a lot of fun. Like you said, I relish these opportunities to guard these phenomenal, tier one players. And my game plan with him this evening was really to just wear on him for 48 minutes. Even when he's running down the court, bump him while he runs, make sure he feels me, make sure I make him fight for every step that he takes. Just make him work for 48 minutes, and hopefully by the end of the game, those last 5-6 minutes, he'd be gassed and, we'd be able to run him. That was my thought process.
Second row middle.
Aaron, a little bit of a follow-up to that, but, he's huge. You talked about Davis on the glass. They're just a big team. They have the length to put on Tyrese. What do you make of the challenge of big teams, especially against you guys who are smaller in general?
Yeah, I think one time they had a lineup of James, Davis, Vanderbilt, and Rui out there in the first half, and I remember I pulled everybody in. I was like, we got to rebound because all these guys are coming. All these guys are over 6'8", 6'9". So it's definitely a challenge, and it puts more onus on us to box out and take care of our individual assignments.
Back to Scott on the right side.
Aaron, what was kind of the feel in the locker room after this one, considering, it's just a regular season game, but it also meant a lot more, and then coming from a guy who had experienced the playoffs, you know what that's all about?
I don't look at this like a regular season game. This was a championship game. Everybody wanted to win. Everybody wanted to cement their names in history as the first team to win the tournament. So it sucks. It sucks and it hurts, but, our message in the locker room was just the middle of the regular season. We got 62 more to go. So we just kind of said, let's learn from it, watch the film, and get ready to play Detroit on Monday.
Final question, Dustin.
I was just saying, just to roll on that, how do you go from this surreal experience? The last guy, Tyrese, shakes his hand when he's walking off his Flavor Flav coming off the locker room. This is kind of a surreal deal to go from you just have a road game at Detroit on Monday. How do you guys just move on beyond this when it's in the middle of the year?
That's definitely going to be, I guess, a challenge, coming from this high atmosphere and really highly competitive game to, kind of go back into the regular season against Detroit, who struggled so far. This will be a good test for us as well to dig deep and make sure that we, play to our strengths and play to who we know we are and not our competition.
Thank you. Thank you,
guys. Appreciate you.